5 things I expect as a woman over 50 when a man takes me out. Number 1, you take me out, you ask me out, you pick me up. I'm not coming to you, you're coming to my door, you're knocking on my door. Number 2, you're paying. I am worth it. I can afford myself. If I wanted to go out by myself, I could afford it. If you're taking me out, you're paying the bill. There's no splitting the bill. Number three, I don't give your mama, your wife, your whatever. If that's your own business, keep it out of my business. If I'm going out with you, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about how bad someone is to you. I don't give a shit. And number 4, you stay out of my business and we'll be just fine. I'm grown. I spit 4 children out of my stomach. They were cut out, raised them to adulthood. I can handle myself and you.
Dang, we've got some zingers from the modern day dating queens today. Let's use her own numbers. 1, you are picking me up. Are you sure about this one, my multi-decades post-wall smashing queen? I mean, that puts you in a spot if he decides to bounce because he has figured the date isn't going anywhere. But that's on you. 2, you are paying. I am worth it. How exactly are you worth it at 50 plus years? Sorry to break this to you, but you would only be worth it if a man is 10 years plus your senior. Other than that, the reality is you are on the clearance rack of the dating market for men with higher SMV. 3, don't want to hear about your business. That goes both ways there, Colleen, to include any regrets you may have left. Your baggage falls in the same category. 4, I spit out 4 children. Did she actually think this was a positive? I mean, that could also mean 4 baby daddy issues as well. Plus, that means some awesome scarring there, queen, the way you said you spit them out. That kind of lowered the price on the clearance rack, some I would say. And I guess we never get that 5th thing she had claimed in her title. I just have to wonder how many beta imp chumps out there put up with her BS for her to think this highly of herself.
The thirst always wins.
Moving on.
So the males have started saying drizzle, drizzle, like sprinkle, sprinkle. It's a new generation of men are so feminine. Drizzle, drizzle. I thought they were talking about Drake. It doesn't stick as good as sprinkle, sprinkle though. Sound like they're actually drooling. Okay. Sound like you drooling. Sound like your water bill about to get cut off. Anyway. Sound like your water pressure low. You live in a bad area.
Damn, fam, her comebacks were over 9,000. Wow. How will any of the men have a comeback from this? Ain't it a B when you start some stuff and it gets thrown right back in your face there, Colleen? I understand exactly why she had no comeback for a drizzle drizzle. And it's because it's a direct parody to the foolishness her sprinkle sprinkle has been for the longest. It's not so awesome when they give you some of your own medicine. Now, is it? There, Colleen. And the best she can come up with is it sounds feminine and lakey pipes. This Colleen should write the comedy script for Amy Schumer's next Netflix special. They are basically on par at this point.
Whatever.
Moving on.
I wish I could say that there's a really good dating app out there, but the least worst dating app of the many that I have tried is Bumble. On Bumble, you have to both swipe right on each other, both approve of each other before you connect. And then when you connect, the woman has to communicate first. Now, I don't have a problem with this. I don't have a problem asking a guy out. I don't have a problem paying for a date, and then I'll get all sorts of backlash for that. But there is something about the quality of men for me, because I want a man who's comfortable enough to let a woman speak first, that Bumble, they're on Bumble. I do pay for it. There are a couple little features. I mean, you don't have to. I've had periods where I didn't pay for it, but there are a couple little features. I like the backtrack feature. If you go swipe too fast and you're like, oh wait, maybe that guy. Tell her to try Bumble. I'll make another video about what to put in your profile. If you have any other dating questions, ask Ask me in the comments.
Wow, this is the type of queen who pays for profile extras on Bumble. She is no stranger here, as I have audited several of her videos in the past. Now, with confidence, we know part of the reason the Bumble CEO is rethinking the women making the first move rule. I guess it's costing them some profits. Anyway, this queen has shown in previous videos that she believes her SMV is set by her imagination and not what men say it is. Great for a self-confidence boost, not so awesome when it actually translates over to what the man she's attracted to thinks. Listen, ladies, I'm not trying to be cruel. I am pointing out that 99% of my male viewers see as what is obvious. Do I really need to say why?
How come? Tell me why! Say it! Say it!
It's because women have a far easier experience on dating apps than men do in general. The bulk of women can keep their profiles on the free version and they will get hit up and DM'd by multiple men. They basically have the pick of the litter. If you have to pay for your experience on those dating apps, that means you are either the bottom 10% of all women, or you are so picky that there simply is no pleasing you. I mean, he could be perfect!
And from Robbinsdale, Minnesota.
And still, she will find something about him to complain about. But hey, it's her recommendation of which dating app works best, right? I mean, she got a championship wedding ring out of it, didn't she? Moving on.
PSA for women on the internet. The internet has a disproportionately higher amount of angry men who play victim, because the internet is really the only place where these kind of men have a shot of being supported and heard by other angry men who also play victim. These are men who in real life don't have capacity or tools to communicate their hurt or frustration. They don't have the support. In their real life, people look at them and their anger, shrug their shoulders and say, no one cares, just work harder. And in real life, they can't and won't get away with the things they can say on the internet. If you think about it, he can't stand in line at Walmart, turn around to the guy behind him and say, hey, how's that wife treating you? Does that pig know how hard you work? And well, she does nothing but nag you all day. He can't go to Taco Bell and pick up his order and ask the female cashier what it's like to know that she's hit the wall. He can't speculate on her body count. He can't tell her she's a 4 who thinks she's a 10, that American women are worthless and lazy. So he turns to the internet, where he can put that fire hose on full blast.
Wow, talk about the pot calling the kettle black. Sister, is that similar to when women who date on easy mode get on a video sharing platform, like you're doing right now, and blast away, again, like you're doing right now? I find it amazing a multi-decades post-war divorce queen whose ex-husband built her dream home actually goes online to blast men and has the nerve to say anything when men decide to answer back to point out the hypocrisy. Listen, sister, that filter you have going on there works on your wrinkles, not your BS. I have to say, it must be shocking to be so privileged that when you go on a video sharing platform to talk about all the negativity of men, the moment you get a taste of your own medicine, you automatically are so insulted that you have the privilege of labeling men as just these angry, frustrated creatures that if they dare point out the double standards, it means you get to throw a label on them. Sister, who hurt you?
Who hurt you?
If men on the internet are angry, what does that make women like you who post your version of the same topic for the world to see?
I'm a freaking hypocrite.
Sister, let me just say this. You basically made this particular audit as easy as the average woman's dating experience. I have admitted before, this gorilla cares, and it's one of the reasons I keep this channel going. That plus the entertainment of seeing what some of you Western women come up with next. Moving on.
So I knew the hit dogs would holler with my last video about the soft guy era, this whole drizzle movement, right? I understand and I know exactly what it is. But what you men fail to realize that's participating in this so-called satire, this so-called sarcasm that's going on, this whole little made up movement, what you don't realize is that real masculine men do not reciprocate the energy. They don't reciprocate female energy. They're not trying to get their lick back. You all are trying to make up something to get back at the little sprinkle lady. Masculine men don't have time for that. So it's just showing, proving that a lot of you men are feminine. Masculine men do not care about how much money women make. They don't care about how educated you are, how much money you make, because that's not what they need you for. That's not what they want you for. A masculine man who understands his role and responsibility can date and deal with a woman working in a McDonald's drive-thru or whatever. He doesn't care. He wants to be with her and improve her life and her well-being. You men beg. You got your hands looking like cups because you out here begging. Even if you saying that, oh, we just joking, it's truth in jokes. And a lot of y'all will let Diddy take you shopping.
Hold up there, Miss Strong and Independent Queen. What's this all about now? You can dish it out, but you can't take it? Hold on now. Who are you to tell any man how he should or shouldn't react to direct shots at his sacrifices and his reputation? Oh, now you don't need no man boss babes know what a real man's place is. I would say you all should have been applying this newly acquired wisdom to your own lives, i.e. stay in your lane. Weren't all these modern post-war queens super offended when men made channels talking about everything they provide for women and how they aren't appreciated? Now, they took a step back and they just said, "Aight, queen, drizzle drizzle, two can play this game." Oh, how the butthurt comes out with the drizzle. Sister, we all know that the tactic of labeling any man who doesn't conform to what you want him to do defaults to. I mean, you queens quickly go with the shaming language of he is either feminine or he is part of the LGBTQ community. You overplayed that card, sister. It don't work no more. Masculine men don't care about what you think of them. There, miss, I deserve better. Next thing you know, they will make a video of an angry woman demanding the drizzle drizzle videos get banned. Moving on.
Okay, so I have a question. The last time, okay, let me preface this first. The last time I dated, obviously before my marriage, I had a toddler. So I thought that was hard. And I haven't dated since then, obviously, because I was married for a long time. Now I'm divorced. So now I'm 50. How do you date after 50? Is it different? I mean, because obviously, one, I'm old. Two, I'm not exactly, the pick of the litter, in my opinion. I mean, I'm a mom, so I have a mom body. You could see I have kids.
How do you date after 50? Let me start by saying she took the first correct step. I have to applaud her here. She literally self-analyzed starting off. She pointed out her advanced age for the dating market, the fact she is now a single mother, and her body is not what we would call a high demand in its current state. Ladies, this is something the bulk of you don't do, and I think she is going to have more success than most if she keeps going this route. What I mean by that is this is the beginning of expectation management. From here, there are several recommendations that can help. I mean, an update to her wardrobe, some type of makeup and hair redesign, accommodation of her actual schedule are all warranted. But most importantly, she should concentrate on dating at her SMV level. So far, she seems to have a level head on her shoulders. We don't know why she got divorced, but this is one I think has got a decent shot at finding something for herself.
And maybe I'm just pointing out all my flaws, but I guess I just don't have a lot of self-esteem. That's a whole nother story. But how do you date after 50? I seriously, it's been a long time. And I want to, obviously. Oh, there's more reasons out there for me wanting to date, and I won't go into those. Because my kids can watch my TikToks and they don't need to know all the reasons. But now, of course, I have an adult child and a teen child, so they don't really need to listen to all this, but it's scary.
Look, I don't know the details of her divorce. I mean, statistically speaking, chances are she is the one who put in for the divorce by a huge percentage. But setting that aside, this is something the vast majority of women who put in for divorce don't give a second thought to until they find themselves in this position. Divorce doesn't just mean you are flying solo again. It means you are on your own in a completely different age bracket. Dating is not going to be like in your 20s. It's a completely different ball game. And for as much confidence older women want to hype themselves up with, the reality is your looks and the things men valued you for have greatly diminished with the decades that have passed. Ladies, I am sorry to tell you that those female dating coaches that told all of you to walk away and you deserve better, well, you don't see them standing next to you now that reality has hit like a ton of flaming bricks that just got airdropped on you. Now, do you?
Now that's a lot of damage!
I don't know if things are the same as they used to be. Or are they? Because everybody that I want to date would be my age, so it's kind of like just going back in time. I don't know. Weird thoughts. But anyway. How do you meet people? Do you meet people online? Do you meet people in person? Because here's my problem. I work online. So I don't get out much. I'm trying to find things to go out and do. But it's been difficult lately. Especially with a new house. You have to find money to do that kind of stuff. And when you've got a teenager and a new house, you have to work through things. But yeah, how do you meet people? That's my question. Questions, definitely questions.
Yeah, I was rooting for this post-war queen at first, no doubt, but I am sorry to say when she showed she didn't have much of a plan when she was re-entering the modern dating market, it fell apart right there. Don't get me wrong, as her first step was the correct one, but it's obvious she is going to struggle a bit once she gets hit with the reality of today's dating apps. Unfortunately for her, it's the female sisterhood who have set the modern day standard of dating, and most men just adapted to it.
Liar! Liar! Liar!
I know many ladies out there would disagree with that statement, saying it's men who are the ones making modern dating difficult. But ladies, let me fill you in on the obvious. Men can't date any of you unless you are willing to date them. And Western countries tend to mold laws to keep all of you ladies safe. In saying that, men basically say, okay, you got your dating liberation and I have my wallet. And my wallet has its limits. One of them is I am not paying for your bad choices.
How dare you?
I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you would like to support the channel, please follow the link in the description to donate to our beer fund. Or like, subscribe, and share this video on other social media platforms. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.